Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's actually my first video here, so I would like to start by introducing myself. My name is Yhucee, but I would like to be called Yhucee. It's actually the first two letters of my first name and it's quite easier for native English speakers to pronounce. I don't like being called Oshi, Ushi and all of that, so I decided to stick with Yhucee. Easy peasy. So without wasting much of our time, I would like to use this YouTube channel to give us Yhucee information. So go nowhere, click on that subscription button. Please support your girl. Like and share, because I know a lot of people need this information and I want you to help them get it as soon as possible. So stay tuned. Yes, welcome back. So today I would like to tell us 3 easiest ways to get to the UK on or before September. Yes, September of this year. Within 5 months, you can be in the UK. So the first on my list is the family or dependent visa. With that, you can join your family members in the UK as their dependents. So you can either join your husband or your wife or your father or your mother in the UK. As a child, you must be under 18 years old. However, the requirements, you need to prove that your family members in the UK are legally staying in the UK. So they need to provide you with their citizenship permit or their permanent residence permit or their biometric residence permit first. Secondly, they need to prove that they have enough money to take care of you, so they have enough funds to take care of you when you come. And thirdly, they need to prove their relationship with you, so they need to provide like a birth certificate or a marriage certificate to prove that you are legally related. So if they have these 3 requirements, they can just go on the gov.uk and then they can apply, and within a month, if they decide to go for the priority visa, within a week you can join them in the UK. Within a week your visa comes out and voila, you can take your flight and join them in the UK. Is that easy? Very easy. So the second way to come to the UK on or before September on my list is by using the work visa. So with the work visa, we know that they've added the support or care workers or the healthcare assistants under the shortage occupation list. Once you get to the care homes or the NHS hospitals website, look out for these jobs and make sure that they are offering COS, certificate of sponsorship. Without the COS, you can't apply for visa. So you have to make sure that these people, when they advertise for jobs, you have to make sure and go through the jobs and make sure that they are happy to offer the certificate of sponsorship to you. Then the eligibility you are expected to have, or rather the requirements, depends on the care homes and the NHS hospitals, but you are expected to have some sort of experience in the healthcare sector. So if you don't have these requirements, don't be discouraged from applying. You can go ahead and start gaining these experiences while you are on the, you're already applying for these jobs. So first of all, you have to make an attractive CV. You have to, provide your CV in such a way that when your employer looks at them, they are willing to offer you an opportunity to prove yourself through an interview. Interviews are actually done on video calls like this. You don't necessarily need to be in the UK to attend these interviews. So they are happy to provide the opportunity for you to do your interviews online. For you to gain the experience, just feel free to walk into any healthcare sector, say for example a hospital, a clinic, a pharmacy, any healthcare kind of establishment. You go there, you volunteer, you tell them you are willing to learn, and if you want, you can tell them what you want to learn from them or what you want to use the knowledge for. You are volunteering and you don't necessarily need to be paid. So you know what you are out there for and you focus on it and you do it. You don't need to know how to give an injection. You don't need to know how to give an infusion like drip, you call it. You don't need to know how to do any of the medical or nursing stuff. You just need to know how to care for someone else who is sick and who needs help, or who is elderly and needs care. So you can even check, there are some establishments in Nigeria now that have nursing homes for the elderly. You can go ahead, go there, see what they're doing, volunteer, and get some experience. You're not just getting the experience, they are also going to offer you reference to prove that you've actually gained those experience. So you can do that while you are still applying to these jobs, so your experience starts counting. So while you are there, you are getting the experience. You can now look out for if you have your WAEC or your GCE, or if you have your English requirements. So it depends. Some establishments might not want you to prove that you are able to speak English, depending on the country you are coming from. But from Nigeria, you need to prove that you can be able to communicate with them in English. So you need to go and write IELTS. So I will be providing you with a link of tutors who can help you get your IELTS requirements sorted out. And if you have your WAEC, that's just the basic thing. You don't need to have a degree, you don't need to have a MSc in any healthcare related course. With just your WAEC, that is your secondary school certificate, you are eligible for this course, for this job. You can just go ahead and apply and continue gaining your experience along the way. Luckily, if you get the job, or rather if they offer you an space for interview, you come back and prepare for your interview. Go there, smash it, show them that you are ready to learn and you are ready to join them and provide the care that they want you to provide. So once they offer you the COS, then you can go ahead and apply for visa, provided you don't have any immigration issues in the past. It's very easy to get your visa with the COS, and voila, you can join them and start working. So the third way to actually come to the UK on or before September is by using the student visa. So you can actually come for your BSc or your MSc or your PhD, and you can get to study any course of your choice. And after your studies, you are going to get a 2 years graduate visa. Awesome. So with that, you can come over to the UK, and after studying, you can go ahead and stay for 2 more years and work without anyone sponsoring you. So you don't necessarily need an employer for those extra 2 years after your studies. You can just stay in the UK and work and actually recover from what you spent while you were studying. So it depends. Some schools, or rather most schools, do not require you to go ahead and write IELTS, but it's a necessity for some schools. However, if you're a secondary school leaver, you can go ahead and do your BSc. For HND, it's still seen as a diploma, so you have to still go ahead and do a BSc. For degree holders, you can do your MSc, and for MSc holders, you can do your PhD. However, the goal is not just to study, right? It's to get a 2 years graduate visa, and possibly to get a job at the end of those 2 years to stay in the UK permanently. So I would advise that you go ahead and study for courses that are on the shortage occupation list. And my favorite of those courses is nursing. Do you know that as a degree holder of any course at all, you can get to study nursing in the UK? So we have a 2 years MSc route to nursing, and is NMC accredited. So the NMC UK has authorized some schools to offer 2 years graduate route to do nursing. So with 2 years, you do your nursing and you can become a band 5 nurse upon graduation. Awesome, really awesome. So you can go ahead and look out for these schools. You can check according to your own personal circumstances. If you have family in a particular area you want to study, probably to offer you some family support or childcare support, or depending on how much you have, you can go for schools like that. Schools in the north, which is Derby, Manchester, schools up north actually are sort of quite reasonable when it comes to price and cost of living. However, in the London areas, you have schools that are quite expensive, and the cost of living there is quite expensive as well. So you have to go ahead and search for schools or courses according to your own how will I put it, your own requirement or your own specifications. So I'm going to give you an example right now with the University of Derby. Stay tuned, keep watching. So hello guys, we're looking at MSc nursing with NMC registration, mental health nursing. So in this video, I'll be showing you the University of Derby. For example, it's up in the north, so you should be expecting a low cost of living. For international students, you're expected to pay £14,700 per year, and this is a 2-year course, so you're expected to pay this amount twice. That is just your tuition, and they'll give you the description of how much this money covers for. I bet your accommodation and feeding is not involved, so you need to still at least support yourself in that way if you have the money, or you work 20 hours per week to support yourself. So upon graduation, you're going to come out with an MSc. The start date is September. Like I said, it's in Derby and it's up north. You can see the location there. And also this course is accredited by the NMC UK. So as long as you meet the NMC requirements, which I already told you, you have to have the right English band scores and stuff like that, and then upon graduation you'll be able to start working immediately as a band 5 nurse. So some of the requirements I'm going to mention, or rather is in this page, says that it's a 2-year full-time degree and supports those with a prior degree 2-2 and above. So with your 2-1, your 2-2, you are good to go. And also you will study over 2 academic years, spread into 3 equal parts course stages. When you click on stage 1, it shows you the courses you're going to undergo, and that is that. And you will learn through theory and placement hours, so you'll be sent to hospitals to work in, so you can have a personal, or rather practical, knowledge of the course. So it's equally theory and practical. You are thrown into the job, you are not left alone, you are taught, and from the beginning you know what to expect upon graduation. Okay, and you'll be assessed through feedbacks, through OSCEs and ACEs and stuff like that. So entry requirement here says your education, you need to have just like, for example, this school is accepting a grade C in maths and English, or its equivalent, 2-2 and above. Like I said, grade C science course, so you have to have, if it is your WAEC or your GC, you should have at least a C in your sciences. And under work experience, you see this school is just collecting or requiring 450 hours of work experience, unlike some schools requiring up to 1,000 hours or 800 hours or 600 hours. So Derby is quite will I say, generous to request for 450 hours of work experience. So these are the things you have to actually look out for. You look out for things that will favor you, things that your qualifications are up to, and then you go accordingly to the schools. Okay, see their English requirement. If English is not your first language, you must have achieved an IELTS score of at least level 6.5 with at least 6.0 in each skill, whereas some schools are requiring up to 7.0. So you have to look out for these things, and if they suit you, you go ahead and apply, and you can be here by September. So I believe this is quite explanatory. I've just used Debbie as an example, and I wish you all the best. Thank you. So this is the end of my video. If you actually learned something Yhucee, please like and share, and click on that subscription button, click on the notification bell. Please do not forget, so that you can keep getting this kind of information, and I'll be with you next time. Thank you.